Dr. Sumimon, the head of Nutrition and Dietetics Department, Chulalongkorn University. Some familiar faces here. Anyway, but my topic today is importance of micronutrients in daily life. So everyone's, two speakers already presented about the macronutrients. Now we are going to the micronutrients. Okay. Actually, before we go into the micronutrients, just introduce you guys that when we classify nutrients into two categories, the first one is the macronutrients. Macronutrients comprise of carbohydrate, fat, proteins. Some textbooks also call water as a macronutrient, but some are not, so don't be confused. If you want to call carbohydrate, protein, fat as a macronutrients, then it's fine, okay. And the micronutrient is the vitamin and minerals. We call this micronutrients because it's very important, essentials for you to be healthy and stay healthy. You cannot miss all these nutrients, but you need it only in a small amount. So that's why we call these micronutrients. For macronutrients, such as carbohydrate, protein, and fat, we all know that all these nutrients will give you energy. Okay? If you ingest a lot of energies, you will gain weight, and you will be in troubles. If you want to know your BMI and you don't know how to calculate, you can make it easy by this equation. You just measure your waist circumference, and if your waist circumference is greater than half of your height, you are already overweight. Okay, so that's how we do it in the dietetics fields. Okay, and my topic today is about vitamin and minerals. First, you have to know that once you consume or ingest all these nutrients are in food. Any kind of food contains micronutrients. Once you ingest this food, you will get all the micronutrients into your bloodstreams and things. And the factor that affects the requirements are the physiological state. Okay, how your body needs this. The nutritional status, such as if you are pregnant, you probably need more of the specific micronutrients, but if you are not, then those nutrients are still normal. I mean, as same as the healthy people. And also interaction with other nutrients. Nutrients, when you eat or you consume, is interact with each other. I mean, it's completing for absorption. So you better be careful what kind of food you are eating together. Okay, and the tissue storage. Some nutrients we store a lot in our tissue bodies, but some we cannot store. So once you eat it, they delete it right away. Okay, you have to speak louder. Okay, and the form plate means that it depends on the form of food that you ingest, and the form of the micronutrients that you ingest will tell you how much you like or you need per day. And I would like to emphasize this. Micronutrient is very important, but you have to be careful. If you eat too much, you will get toxicity from that. If you eat too little or not enough or insufficient, you will get deficiencies of those macronutrients. And the symptom is depend on kind of nutrients that you have, toxicity or deficiencies. Okay? The food choice you make throughout the day is the determination of the type and amount of nutrients your body receive. So you are what you eat actually. If you don't eat enough all these micronutrients, the scientists have some kind of fortification food for you. So if you need more folic, they fortify the folic acid for you. If you need more vitamin D, they fortify vitamin D for you in the food. So you better at least have knowledge what you are eating. Okay, since this morning you might be eating cereals, you never know that the cereal that you eat or you consume this morning has fortified or not. You have to at least have some idea how to read the food facts or the nutrition facts, okay, on that box. Okay, you probably don't know that some food contain or has been fortified with the micronutrients already. Okay, this fortification is very useful because if you have less you need more. If you eat fortified food, you will get sufficient amounts of micronutrients that you need. So this one is the method and the strategies from the policy that to ensure that everyone got enough micronutrients. Okay, and we should ingest or consume the fortified or fortification food. The first one who should consider fortification food is the person who has poor food choice or unhealthy eating habit. Anyone who have avoiding some kind of food or certain kind of food, you have to be careful. You probably need more on that. Okay, the second one is the lifestyle difference, belief or religions. We know that next month in Thailand we're going to have a vegetarian week. We will be vegetarian for 10 days. Yeah, and if you practice that, what kind of food you need most? Because for vegetarian you don't eat meat, right? Definitely you don't eat meat, and the meat contains a lot of protein and everything. So if you don't eat meat for 10 days, you are fine. But you practice vegetarian for the whole life, you probably need fortification food such as iron or folic acid and all those micronutrients. And also the person who need to consider the fortification food is the outer nutrition status, like pregnant women, elderly, or person who has some kind of disease. They probably need more. And next I will introduce a little bit about the importance of vitamin and minerals. We all know that vitamins can be classified into water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. For water-soluble vitamins such as vitamin C, vitamin B, folate, and thiamine, niacin, all those are the water-soluble vitamins. For water-soluble vitamin, if you eat more or you have excess amounts of eating of those vitamins, do not worry because your body will get rid of it anyway right away because it's dissolved into the water, so your body can get rid of it. We hardly see anyone who has excessive or toxicity of these kind of vitamins. But on the other hand, the fat-soluble vitamin is very important to your life if you want to be healthy. Vitamin A, D, E, K is very important because each vitamin has their own rules in your bodies. And if you excess amounts, if you eat too much or you got the toxicity of this, it will cause some toxicity or toxifications in your bodies. So we would like to at least tell everyone that vitamins such as, and especially the fat-soluble vitamin, that you have to be careful with it. Okay, just introduce a little bit about the B vitamin. The vitamin that is water-soluble vitamin is all the vitamin B's and vitamin C's. Okay, majority is B and C. B and C is very important. If you miss some of them, you probably get some symptoms. Okay, such as just this to let you know that the vitamin B, like vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and folic acid. Folic acid is one kind of vitamin B. Okay, folic acid is vitamin B9. So for everyone to know, all these vitamins are very important for your homocysteine cycles. This one will help you metabolize homocysteine into S-adenosyl methionine, which is the methyl donor universal methyl donors. It will give methyl group to all the substrate. And one of the substrate that very important in this cycle is the RNA and DNA. So that's why all the pregnant women and the kids, especially the pregnant women, need a lot of folic acid, B12 and B6 because of this. Okay, we have seen this a lot in the hospitals in the way back, but now because Thailand has many policies to deal with this, so we hardly see this in Thailand right now. It's called folate deficiency. When the woman is pregnant and she has not enough folic acid, we will see this baby coming up, which is, we call this spina bifida babies. Okay, and next is vitamin C. Now vitamin C has been fortified into many food. We supplement ourselves with vitamin C. Okay, because we probably have some idea that vitamin C aids with the wound healings and especially for collagen boosting. So that's why people want to get a good skin and look younger than their age. So that's why they supplement themselves with vitamin C. Because vitamin C will help you, how to say, we will enhance the collagen synthesis. So that's why most of people do supplement themselves with vitamin C for the skin purpose. But if you supplement yourself for vitamin C for the skin purpose, don't forget that you have to supplement yourself with all those essential amino acids, because those essential amino acids are the precursors for skin or for collagen synthesis also. So you need collagen and vitamin C for that. So in terms of nutrition, if you want to eat something to get some benefit, you have to know what kind of food that you have to eat together, okay, to get all those optimal benefits. Okay. And next is the vitamin A. Vitamin A, everyone knows its function as for your eyes, visions, and the growth and bone development. Also the immunities. We find vitamin A in many kinds of food. So, but in some area, the vitamin A is not, the people has not enough access to the vitamin A food. So that's why we fortify some. Okay. Next is vitamin B. We see all the vitamin D's in especially the meat and egg and milk, all those food, dairy products and everything. But now we have a lot of problem in Thailand with vitamin D, because to yourself you can go out, you get the sun, and then you get sunlight, you get UV from the sunlight, you synthesize yourself vitamin D. But now people in Thailand are getting not enough sunlight, because we avoid going out, because we try to save ourselves. With that, we believe that if we go out to get sunlight or to explore to the sunlight, we will get suntan. And Thai people want to look, especially teenagers want to look light. So that's why we avoid sunlight, and now it become a nutrition problem in Thailand, because we already did some survey and see that teenagers, especially the girls in Thailand, has low level of vitamin D. So that's why vitamin D supplement or vitamin D fortified will be in trend for the next couple years. Okay, if you don't want to have this, you can go out and take some UV. Okay, and one more thing, Thai girls, especially the teenager girls, they use sunblock. You block all the UV, so that's why you cannot synthesize yourself vitamin D. And if you cannot synthesize yourself vitamin D, what's going to happen is that you cannot absorb well the calcium. So it will be a next problem. Okay, I will talk about calcium later. Okay, next is the minerals. In terms of nutrition, we classify minerals into minors and major minerals. Major minerals contain 7 minerals that is we need it in very high amount, like calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, sodium, chloride, and all those. And trace minerals or minor minerals that we need it every day, but we need it in very small amount, like ions, zinc, coppers, and iodines. There's many functions of minerals in our bodies. Minerals has a function in joints and bone health, in the tissue repairs, energy productions, nerve functions, and also hormone regulation. If you miss one of these minerals, you probably have some problem with all these. Okay? The mineral that we have seen fortifies a lot in our food today is calcium, iron, zinc, okay, and iodines. I will talk about that a little bit. Okay, for calcium, everyone knows that calcium you need it for supporting your bone, right? If you don't have or you don't get enough calcium, you probably cannot have good bones or strong bones. and also to prevent osteoporosis. Now in Thailand, osteoporosis symptoms or disease are increasing because we have ingest less calcium, or we have less exposed to sunlight because of some consequence of vitamin D deficiency, maybe. So we need more research to do that. But osteoporosis in Thailand is increasing, and not surprised. We will need a lot of calcium and vitamin D fortification food in the near future. And also calciums are doing something with your blood pressures. If you don't have enough calcium for a day, you probably get high blood pressure also. And also calcium help for nerve signaling. If you don't get enough calcium, your nerve will not signal well, and you will get numbness on your fingers and things. Okay, and it maintains dental health. Dental and teeth are together anyway. Okay, help preventing PMS symptom. PMS is post-menopausal, and it's something to the person who going to go to the menopause. Okay, so calcium will help a little bit. Okay, so you have, if you're girls, you can prepare yourself to supplement enough calcium before you get to that age. Okay, so we were talking about the soy milk. Usually we recommend people, the ladies who are up to 25 years old to drink soy milk 1 glass a day at least, to fortify themselves with calcium and also phytoestrogen. Phytoestrogen is very important because the chemical structure of phytoestrogen is most likely close to the estrogen. So that's why we are trying to tell everyone that if you don't want to have the postmenopausal symptoms, you will have to drink soy milk 1 cup per day. Okay? And if you are 40 years old now, it might not help, it's too late. But better than nothing, right? So just take it now, better than nothing. Okay? And yes, calcium is for strong bone and teeth. So that's why we support everyone to get enough calcium. And now that we are some kind of confusing because a lot of marketing, lots of advertising are talking about calcium and height. Calcium has nothing to do with the height. It has something to do with strong. Okay, if you want your children to grow higher, they need protein, not calcium. But if you want the bone to be strong, they need calcium. So that's why children need to have both calcium and protein. Okay, so it's calcium and protein. This one is just a picture of the bone with the osteoporosis. If you have osteoporosis, your bone will not be strong, and if you fall down or you tip on something, it will be broken very, very easy. And after broken, you need to go to the hospital, and the doctor has some procedure to fix it, but believe me, it will never come back to normal again. Okay, so for calcium deficiency symptoms, it's about like this: osteoporosis, weakness and fatigue, bone fractures, weak bones, and problem with the blood clottings and the blood pressure also. Okay, we can get calcium from milk, dairy product, and all meat, and also some kind of vegetables. The green vegetable contain calcium also, but it's contained in very small amount, but still better than nothing. If you love to eat vegetables, I recommend you eat the green leafy vegetables because it contains lots of calcium. And you drink milk, you eat egg, you eat meat, that's enough calcium for you for a day. And don't forget that if you want to use all the calcium that you ingest, you need vitamin D. Because if you don't get enough vitamin D, you won't absorb calcium. So you need vitamin D for calcium absorption. There's a lot of study about vitamin D and calcium absorption. It said that if you have vitamin D, it said that vitamin D can increase calcium absorption. Means that if you want to fortify yourself, supplement yourself with calcium, you need also the vitamin D. And for you to get free vitamin D, just go out and get UV a little bit, then you will get free vitamin D. And then you eat calcium food, then you get calcium for you to solve the problem for free. Okay. And next is the vitamin. The iron. Iron is for oxygen transport. Okay, because we need iron for hemoglobin. So your hemoglobin contains lots of iron. If you don't have enough iron, your hemoglobin cannot transfer oxygen and all those to your cell. Okay, so oxygen transferring will be problems if you have less ions or you don't have enough ions. And also the immune function and brain functions are very important. Okay. So we get iron from food. Actually, we get iron from many kinds of food, and ions are for your hemoglobins, for your red blood cells, for your ferritins and all those, the enzymes and everything. We actually get iron from food the food contain heme and non-heme ion. Actually, the heme ions are the food that like meat, milk, and all those like dairy products. But non-heme ions contains in the vegetables products. Okay, nut, raisins, beans, and whole grains are contain all the non-heme ions. The non-heme ions can absorb less, okay, compared to the heme. So we recommend people to focus on the heme ion actually because it's absorb more or absorb better. So, and also if you want to fortify or supplement yourself with ions, you have to know what kind of things you have to consume with or to avoid. Okay, phytate, oxaloacetate. These are the substance that we find in plant. Actually, if you eat a lot of it, phytate and oxaloacetate, it will inhibit iron absorptions and also tannins. If you drink lots of teas and coffees, teas and coffee contain lots of tannin. Tannin can inhibit iron absorptions, so you better be careful about that. And also the iron overload. Antacid, if you take some kind of antacid medications, then that will inhibit the iron absorptions. On the other hand, if you want to increase your iron absorption, you need to ingest it with vitamin C. That's why if you go to donate your blood, they will give you iron supplement with vitamin C because it has to be together for more absorptions. And also amino acid. Those are going to increase your iron absorptions. For iron deficiency, you will get all these symptoms if you don't have enough ions in your bodies. All the low blood pressures, anemia. These are very important for anemia people. Okay, if you have iron deficiency, you will get anemia. You will look pale, and yes, you want to look like pale and white are different. You have to be able to classify the difference between these two, and the chest pain, heart attack, and things like that. These are the symptoms of anemia from iron deficiency. Okay. Okay, next is iodine. If you love to go to the seaside, you eat lots of seafood, then you will get lots of iodine. Iodine is part of the thyroid hormones. Whoever has a problem with thyroid hormones has to go see the doctors. If you eat food from iodine from food, natural food, you will not get any deficiency or toxicity. But if you have disease and you supplement and you fortify yourself with this, you better talk to your doctors before did this. the consequence is very serious, okay? Because thyroid hormone is actually the function of in your body is to regulate the metabolic rate, reproductions, growth, blood cell productions, nerve and function and muscle functions are the function of the iodines. Okay. Now we go to iodine deficiencies. If you have less iodine or you ingest not enough amounts of iodine per day, if you were a child, you will get this disease called cretinism. The child will not grow as much as supposed to be, and it will have less IQ, which we call retardation. In Thailand, we call Yes, that's the iodine deficiencies, and in definition, in nutrition term, we call it cretinism. Yeah, the child will have low levels of IQs. And if it happens when you're growing already, you grow up already in the adult, this is called goiters. We have seen a lot of enlargement of the thyroid glands. This one is goiter. We hardly see all of this, both the cretinism and goiter in Thailand already, because our princess, royal princess, did a very good things and program in Thailand. We fortify all the iodine to the salt, fish sauce, and all the what's it called, the instant noodles, things like that, and we serve it to the remote areas, especially in the waters. It's really work in Thailand right now, and I would like, it's in my news that really, interesting. Ministry of Public Health just declared that the IQ of the Thai children is increasing. For you to know, Albert Einstein has IQ of 160, and who else? Bill Gates has also IQ of 160. Muhammad Ali has IQ of 78. What is your IQ? In Thailand, we do the survey 5 years ago. 5 years ago, the IQ of the children in Thailand is look like this. The red represent IQ less than 100. Okay, 100 is the normal levels. Okay, and yellow is the IQ equal to 100, and the green color is the area that the children has IQ greater than 100. Where are you? Okay. Good thing is that the IQ of the Thai children is getting better. 5 years ago, the IQ of the Thai children is 94. Now the average IQ of the Thai children is 98.2. This year it just happened, so we are doing good things now. Okay, because we fortify all the iron, to the iodine, to the salt, and all the food that we have seen in Thailand. Okay, next one, last one is zinc. Zinc is very important because it's help in many metalloenzymes. Help in many enzymes for you. If you don't have metalloenzyme, your metabolism is going to be abnormal. Okay, so it also stabilizes the cell membranes. So if you have wound and you want to recover from the wound quickly, you need zinc supplement. Okay, and necessary also for taste sensation. So some food add or fortify the package, the food with zinc, because it's improved the taste sensations. It's also for wound healings and for sperm productions, fetal development. This one is all the function that we need zinc for, okay? And also the very important thing is we need zinc for zinc fingers. If you don't have zinc, your DNA, RNA will not develop well. And if you not develop your DNA, RNA well, and you were pregnant, your baby will come out with some kind of problems, okay? Some retardations and things like that, low IQs and things. Okay, so since it's from neurological functions, immunities, food allergy, diarrhea. Okay, and some textbooks said if you lost hair, first supplement yourself with zinc. It might help. Try. Okay, so this if you have some white spot on your nails, check for zinc deficiency first. Okay, this one is the picture of the abnormalities of the zinc deficiencies during pregnancies. During pregnancy, some if that women or that ladies have zinc deficiencies, she will give birth to the abnormal babies, deformities of brain, skull, limb, eye, heart, and lungs. So zinc is very important. We got zinc mostly from meat and also meats and dairy products. Okay, if you eat meat and dairy product every day, so do not worry, you will get enough zinc. But if you're going to practice vegetarians for the whole life, you better supplement yourself with zinc, okay, and also iron, vitamin B12, okay. For dietitian's points of views, any nutrients, we need every nutrients, but we need in a very specific amounts of nutrients. If you eat too much or you consume too much of nutrients, you will get toxicity. If you eat or you consume less, which is not enough amounts of your requirement, you probably get deficiency. So you have to stay balanced on what you eat for every day, okay? And we recommend people to follow the recommendation, which is DDIs, RDA, AIUL, and all those. In Thailand, we have our own RDA, but it was long ago. It's 13 years ago, and now we are going to make a new editors for that. Hopefully, it will come out fast. To me, as a dietitian, if you want to stay healthy, you have to eat like this. Okay, if you get one plate, a very small plate, okay, because I saw everyone, I saw people in the back have that one plate. Half of the plate has to be vegetables, okay, and 1/4 has to be protein. And the protein, you have to focus on the protein that very high in bioavailability, which is the high BV proteins, high quality protein. And the other 1/4 has to be carbohydrate. You can eat rice, you can eat noodles, you can eat anything that will give you carbohydrate, but all those carbohydrate has to be not only yet. So that's why it still have all the micronutrients, the vitamin and minerals, and also fibers. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice presentation and very interesting and valuable information. I will conclude it in Thai. Just short. อาจารย์พูดเกี่ยวกับไมโครนิวทรีนส์นะครับไมโครนิวทรีนส์ไม่ได้ใช้สำหรับการเจริญเติบโตของร่างกายแต่เราต้องการมันเพื่อให้ร่างกายยังทำหน้าที่ได้ต่อไปแล้วอาจารย์ก็บอกว่าถ้าได้รับน้อยไปก็ไม่ดีเราก็จะขาดถ้าได้รับมากไปเราก็จะเป็นพิษนะครับก็จะเป็นพิษต่อร่างกายแล้วก็อาจารย์ก็พูดถึงประโยชน์ของแต่ละวิตามินแต่ละแร่ธาตุแล้วก็หน้าที่ของแต่ละวิตามินแต่ละแร่ธาตุในร่างกายของเราน่าสนใจตรงที่อาจารย์บอกว่าคนไทยโดยเฉพาะหญิงสาวเด็กผู้หญิงใช่ไหมครับเริ่มขาดวิตามินดีกับแคลเซียมมากขึ้นเพราะว่าเราไม่ค่อยอยากออกแดดจริงๆไม่ใช่เฉพาะเด็กผู้หญิงนะครับผมว่าเดี๋ยวนี้เด็กผู้ชายก็แบบว่าไม่ค่อยอยากออกแดดนะครับทุกคนอยากบลิงทั้งหมดเลยนะครับก็เลยอาจารย์บอกว่าคนไทยจะเริ่มขาด2ตัวนี้เยอะขึ้นนะครับเราก็จะมีผลต่อกระดูกของเราในอนาคตด้วยนะครับจะทำให้กระดูกของเราอ่อนแอทีนี้สุดท้ายเลยมีอันหนึ่งประเด็นที่น่าสนใจก็คือนมถั่วเหลืองใช่ไหมครับอาจารย์อยากให้ดื่มนมถั่วเหลืองเยอะๆโดยเฉพาะผู้หญิงผมก็สังเกตอยู่นะครับเพื่อนร่วมงานจะมีช่วงจังหวะหนึ่งของเดือนทุกครั้งจะหงุดหงิดนะครับจะหงุดหงิดเพราะฉะนั้นผมจะต้อง ไม่ใช่เลยครับเพราะฉะนั้นผมจะต้องซื้อนมถั่วเหลืองติดไว้ในห้องเลยนะครับพอเห็นหงุดหงิดนี่ผมต้องเริ่มให้ทานนะครับแล้วก็สุดท้ายอาจารย์แนะนำเรื่องการทานอาหารนะครับครึ่งหนึ่งของจานควรจะเป็นผักนะครับ1 ใน 4เป็นโปรตีนคุณภาพสูงแล้วก็อีก1 ใน 4เป็นแป้งนะครับany questions from the floor quite clear okay
I'm just curious that would you suggest us that when we expose to the sun, right, get the UV, right? Yeah. So how long? Yeah, like a 5 or 10 minutes, 1 hour. Could you please suggest us? Thank you.
Okay, for suggestion, in the mornings, like from the morning till 8 or 10 o'clock, 8 or 9, 10 is the maximums. Then you have to go out a little bit to at least get a walk so that you can get the UV from sunlight. And afterward, maybe from 4 or 5, and if you get for half an hour, that should be enough for days, for UV for days. So everyone have to leave work earlier. In July, I leave my office at 7, so it's already gone. So now I will leave my office at 5. I will ask the dean, can I leave at 5? I need UV. Okay. ค่ะ